Alright, good evening ladies. In today's video we're going to be talking about what is probably the most slept on category in crypto right now in my opinion, which is AI. And the reason I say it's slept on, it's kind of the last few months, the entire altcoin market has taken a nosedive. A lot of coins are down 80, 90%, 70% from their all-time highs in March. But apart from meme coins, which has just been continually ripping, making new highs. So although I'm still very much focused on meme coins, we also have to look where we think the puck is going to go. And I definitely think AI is one of the biggest narratives of this cycle. I think AI and meme coins are definitely the top two narratives, in my opinion, so far anyway. Maybe something new comes along, but I definitely would not be fading AI in this bull cycle when AI is one of the biggest talking points in the entire world. And I think AI at some stage is going to enter one of the biggest bubbles in history. It's going to change the world so much. We all know this. So why would you not be looking at AI x crypto, like the two biggest bubbles in history converging into one? So in today's video, I'm going to go through all the main AI coins that people like, the biggest mindshare AI coins. I'm going to give you my opinions. I haven't researched every single AI coin. AI coins generally take a lot of time to research, but these are all the main ones, all the ones that I've done a deep dive into, but potentially I'll do a follow-up video on this. I'm going to rank them all from S tier to D tier, tell you which ones are my favorite, what the differences are, a quick explanation on each of them, and you can make your own decisions if you want to invest in any of them. And probably you're going to want to invest in the S and the A tier ones. But if you were to invest, not financial advice, of course. Now, of course, 99% of crypto x AI coins and projects are going to be total garbage. And there are a few advantages for AI to be partnered up with crypto. And like I said, they can be quite complicated. There are ones that are fairly easy and simple to understand, but some of them you kind of need to be a gigabrain to understand it on a very deep level, and that's kind of sometimes a problem. Like, I think as the cycles have progressed, the technology has gotten more and more complex, so retail investors find it more and more difficult to invest in the best tech projects, because the technology is getting just slight improvements over the last cycle and getting way more complex. Like in the 2013 cycle, the altcoins you can invest in were Litecoin, which was just a faster and cheaper Bitcoin. Super simple to understand, super easy to be able to invest in it and see, oh, this is 1,000 times cheaper than Bitcoin, probably going to catch up a little bit. Then in the 2017 cycle, we had Ethereum, which was a little bit more complex, but it's like the world computer. You're able to do smart contracts on it, so still somewhat simple to understand, still took a little bit of time. And then the 2021 cycle, we had the alt layer ones like Solana, Luna, Avalanche, and they were like a better Ethereum. And then in this cycle, now we have modularity chains, integrated chains, AI coins, all really high tech stuff that, takes a lot of research. And you kind of have to have a good idea of crypto before you're able to understand any of them. So I think that's kind of why meme coins have been outperforming the majority of altcoins so far in this cycle. However, there's different categories to AI, and some of them are more simple to understand. And I do think at the end of the day, AI is going to catch a huge bid. It's definitely one of the top three categories in crypto, the top three narratives for sure. Meme coins obviously being number one for now, but I would say personally AI is definitely number two. But like I said, AI can be categorized into three different categories. The base infrastructure layer, I think that's the most simple to understand, and generally that would be the decentralized compute layer, stuff like Render and a cache, as well as potentially decentralized storage like Filecoin and Arweave. Then we have the model layer. So this is a little bit more complex. These are networks where, for example, AI models can be inferenced on. So BitTensor jumps out, Spectral, Wayfinder. We're going to talk about all of these. And finally, not actually the most complicated, but the final layer is the AI application layer. This is where the end product is given to the consumer. So an example of this would be Parallel Colonies game, this AI game that I've talked about before. So yeah, I think the let's start with the most simple layer, which is the base infrastructure layer, which is the compute layer. Now, I did a video on this if you want to dive deeper into which one of these is the best, but the top ones that jump out are Render, Akash, and Asana. Now, these are kind of leveraged bets on NVIDIA, in my opinion. And a while back, I was in my Telegram, I mentioned that I was going to be selling some of my Render and Asana, and I actually own all three of these, Render, Asana, and Akash. The reason being, they're all actually very good projects. So, like, none of them have a way bigger lead than the others, in my opinion. They're all high demand projects with good teams and good tech, etc., etc. So I said a while back I was selling some, I was taking profits. The reason being, it looked like the big tech companies like Facebook, Tesla, Google, etc., they kind of got their fill of the amount of H100 NVIDIA chips that they needed. And as you can see from this chart, it kind of looks like NVIDIA might be topping out here. It has a bit of a double top with a lower high, which is potentially a warning sign. Obviously, NVIDIA has been on an unbelievable run for the last couple of years. Just been an absolute insane run for NVIDIA. It looks like a crypto chart. It looks like a meme coin rather than a stock, the biggest stock in the world. But nevertheless, even if NVIDIA does badly in the short term, potentially we could get some entries on Render, Asana, and Akash. And if you do get some entries, the demand for chips in the next year, next 2 years, like, it's still, the demand is growing like 5 times faster than the supply of NVIDIA chips. And obviously Render, Akash, Asana, essentially what they do is allow anyone to sell their excess compute power to those networks. Like, for example, the Render network, and someone can go in and then say, I need this much compute power, I'm going to pay this much Render to get it. And yeah, that's essentially how it works. So people who have idle compute for their gaming platform or their gaming console, they can just sell that to the Render network. Same with Asana and Akash, essentially, and IONET as well. So Render has the biggest market cap, and it has the best connections. It has actually connections with Apple and all the top tech companies. But it already has the highest market cap, so we're kind of ranking these based on potential returns, best risk to reward, in my opinion. So I'm going to put Render in the A category. So very, very high, very great project, in my opinion. And again, if you want a deeper dive on all this, watch my best AI compute platform video. I'm going to put Asana in the S tier. So this kind of could be A, kind of could be S. I'm just going to put it in S because both are really good projects, Render and Asana. But Asana obviously has a lower market cap, so better potential rewards. It's down quite a lot, so like a couple of $100 million for this project. You know, definitely has much more upside potential than Render, in my opinion. And I'm also going to put Akash alongside Render in the A category, also a really, really great project. So yeah, personally, I'm definitely looking at scooping up some more of these projects in this potential AI dip. And if you want like faster access to exactly what I'm doing, all my trades in real time, you can join my free Telegram linked in the description, where I kind of, it's too hard to make a video on every single move that I'm doing. So if you want like up-to-date stuff that's going on, join that Telegram group. So the next project we're going to talk about is one that I haven't actually done a full deep dive video on yet, but it's one I probably should do a video on, and it's actually Arweave. So a while back I made a video on Genesis, Shadow. A while back I made a video on Shadow, which is a decentralized storage play. And you know, there was a lot of decentralized storage. Obviously AI needs both decentralized compute and decentralized storage. Like, it needs both of them. AI needs both of them in spades. So I was kind of looking at what are the best decentralized compute, what are the best decentralized storage plays. And in my research, I kind of went for Shadow at that time because it was built on Solana. However, Arweave, not only does it have a decentralized storage play, and not only is the tech really good, I bought a small amount of Arweave. I went much heavier in Shadow, and as you can see, Arweave has way outperformed Shadow. So unfortunately, I chose the wrong one to put max allocation to. And on my video in decentralized storage AI plays, I didn't go for Filecoin. I went for Arweave and Shadow. But why has Arweave been the one that has massively outperformed both Filecoin and Shadow? Well, the reason is they're not just a decentralized AI, or not just a decentralized storage play anymore. they're actually building, they're basically building AO, which is a blockchain built on top of Arweave, which will allow AI to run large language models on the blockchain. And obviously, you can't run AI applications directly. You can't run large language models on the likes of Ethereum because there's not enough TPS, but Arweave have taken a new approach with this AI blockchain. So, for example, Solana is very fast, really good transactions per second, and they're also using parallel computing, parallel transactions. But Solana does have some bottlenecks in the fact that so Solana has parallel computing and so does AO. The difference being Solana has a global shared state, meaning that no one is at an advantage. If you're trying to submit a transaction in Helsinki, you're going to get no priority if you pay the same transaction fee as someone in Australia, for example. And it's a global shared state. Everyone knows everything that's going on at the same time. Same with Ethereum. Whereas AO are like, for an AI blockchain, that's not exact. We don't need that. We don't need a global shared state. Like, it's perfect for Solana, which is trying to build NASDAQ on the blockchain. However, for running large language models, it's not needed. It's just basically a messaging service on a blockchain. And because of that, AO has basically infinite scaling and has really, really fast scaling. So you can actually run large language models. So it's basically AI being able to use smart contracts. Essentially, the AI has access to trusted, verifiable data on the Arweave blockchain, and it can execute smart contracts after analyzing the market, for example, and certain conditions are met, and then it can execute the contract after making its own decision because it's on a verifiable chain like Arweave. So basically, it's just a blockchain that's really, really hyper well parallelized, or hyper fast, hyper scalable, and which basically means that an AI could use that blockchain. So that's why it's been pumping so much. AO is not a blockchain yet. There's no token yet. So people are speculating that Arweave holders, and it's very likely, Arweave holders are going to get an airdrop of AO or be able to burn Arweave for the AO token. So that's why it's been performing so well. And for all these reasons, not only is it a great decentralized storage play, it also has this new blockchain with an airdrop that is very much geared towards AI applications or AI large language models being able to run on it and make decisions on that blockchain. For those reasons, I'm putting it in the S tier. Arweave is definitely one I want to buy even more of, and it's down a little bit from all-time highs, so potentially not the worst entry either. The next coin we're going to talk about is Tau, and this is like the AI coin that everyone was shilling for so long. As we can see, it's down quite a lot from its all-time high. Maybe it got a bit ahead of its skis. Now, I did a deep dive onto Tau. I tried to explain it the best I could, but it's very, very complex. Maybe that's bullish because people are like, I don't understand what's going on, but this is the AI coin. This is the AI crypto coin. I'm going to buy it. Or potentially it's bearish because people just can't understand it. It's basically a way to get decentralized access to AI models and be able to use AI models, and anyone who's uploading those models gets paid in the Tau token and all these different subnets and all of this mad stuff. But there were some limitations because the models, like, you can't guarantee that the models are accurate, and you can't guarantee that they're real, and you can't guarantee privacy. So the next two coins that we're going to talk about kind of improve on what Tau has tried to do. So we're going to put Tau into the B tier. It's not a bad coin, and it does have that narrative of being the main AI coin. So it's still a good catch a bid, and it's down quite a lot. But I think the next two coins are in the same category, AI models, but they're slight improvements on the technology that Tau had. And they're also much lower market cap, so higher potential upside. So the first one we're going to mention is Spectral. And Spectral is built on the Base blockchain. And again, it's using AI models. But the difference being that it's using zero knowledge machine learning as opposed to just general machine learning. So basically that allows for privacy, protection of IP, as well as accuracy verification using zero knowledge proof. So zero knowledge machine learning. So very cool project, built on Base, down a bit from all-time high. I'm also going to put Spectral in the B category. Maybe it could have gone into the A category as well. But yeah, Tau and Spectral I'm putting into the B category. Maybe Spectral could be a little bit higher than Tau, better risk to reward maybe. So maybe it should be in the A category, somewhere in between there. These are some of the use cases for Spectral that could be used. These are some of the potential use cases that Spectral offers. The next coin we're going to talk about is one I've talked about a few times. It was built by Pepe Coins, which is the original Pepe meme coin. And Pepe Coins actually created their own blockchain before moving over onto the Ethereum blockchain as an ERC20. So it shows that they're a team that were building for a long time, and now they're building a new project, and it's actually, you can already buy the coin. It's called Based AI, so kind of a funny name. Like, they're still kind of going with the meme vibes, but they're actually a really, really strong team, and they've kind of actually went a step beyond Spectral, and they're building FHE. So Based AI allows people to host large language models, which can be converted into zero knowledge large language models, just like Spectral. And these zero knowledge large language models are going to be hosted on brains, and you need a certain amount of Pepe coins to be able to host a brain. You can kind of think of brains as similar to BitTensor subnets. So I know this is getting kind of a little bit complex, but essentially it's a step up from zero knowledge. So FHE, I can't even remember what it stands for, but FHE is the holy grail of cryptography. So where zero knowledge enables you to prove the correctness of encrypted data, FHE enables you to analyze the data without having to encrypt it. So a little bit of a step up above from Spectral. It's built on the Ethereum blockchain though, which I know it's not super great. So for those reasons, I'm going to put it in the A tier. I do think it's a great project. I do think it's one of the better projects. It also has that meme ability. So you can either buy the Pepe coin or you can buy the Based AI. I think they're both probably potentially good bets. So you stake Pepe coin to be able to earn the Based AI token. So, and you need Pepe coin to be able to get one of these brains as well. So I have a bag in basically all of these coins mentioned so far. But obviously I have bigger bags in the S and A tiers. Right, so the last main coin that we'll mention, and I will mention some more at the end, but the main coin that we want to talk about is actually Prime. This is Parallel's coin, and Parallel created this trading card game, but now you're able to stake the coin Prime to be able to stake Prime to earn the Wayfinder token. So I did a very deep dive on this. So if you want to find out more about that, I recommend watching this video. But if you remember a while back, I was very much talking about OLAS. I made a video on Autonomous, ticker is OLAS, and that was kind of an AI agent coin. Now, at the time, I thought this was really, really important. This was a great idea. So I invested into Autonomous, but again, there was actually a better project that had these AI agents or technology, and that better project, from further research and finding out, in my opinion now, is Wayfinder. So I'm going to put OLAS in the B category here, and I'm going to put actually Wayfinder in the S tier. So I do think this is like really, really good tech. It's on the Solana blockchain, and yeah, really, really interesting, allowing AI agents to make transactions on your behalf and do all the difficult and technical transactions through bridging and DeFi applications and doing all this complicated stuff. Now instead you can just ask an AI agent to do it all for you with the Wayfinder token. So definitely one that I'm very interested in buying more. Some other ones that I've made videos on before that haven't, like, if the chart isn't looking great, the chart hasn't been pumping, if it's doing really, really poorly, potentially it's not a good play anymore. The one that I've made a video on before that I did a deep dive, seemed interesting at the time, was Agorist, but unfortunately it's got really no narrative at this point, so we're putting in the D tier. Another one that I made a video on that does have some potential pumpamentals, it's WorldCoin, and the potential pumpamentals come from the fact that this is basically the ChatGPT coin. This is Sam Altman's coin, so it does have some serious pumpamentals. However, obviously the fully diluted valuation is obscene, so potentially there's a limit on the upside there. We're going to put that in the C tier. And the last one that I've done a video on that I mentioned at the start of this video is Shadow. And Shadow unfortunately just hasn't really taken off like I thought it would. I thought it was the best decentralized storage play, but at the moment decentralized storage isn't really catching a bit. It's not really people aren't really associating it with AI at the moment. So And obviously with Arweave taking off, Arweave's looking like it's the winner in this category. So hope you enjoyed the video. AI, definitely one of the most interesting niches in crypto for this cycle. These are kind of the main plays that I'm interested in buying more of. The S tier, I really want to add aggressively. The B tier as well, also really good. Below that, I'm probably not really interested in personally. I also want you to let me know what your favorite AI coins are, or your favorite AI coin, and give a little brief explanation if you want. That would be helpful, and I'm going to research more, find out which ones are the best. Now, I know there's more that I haven't researched yet, and I will get around to them. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.